What's up, people? I'm Shaggy, the Opinionated Hippie, and today I'm just going to talk about my top 10 Roxy music songs. My favorite, not some objective ranking, my personal favorite as of August 2024. This list kind of changes a lot. A couple songs will always be on this list, but other ones kind of come and go because they have a lot of really good songs. And they're kind of, I don't know, as I learned to love Brian Ferry, whatever it is he's doing vocally more, I learned to love some of these songs more. So yeah, that's one of the ones on here. Is like, I now get what he's trying to do, or I don't get what he's trying to do, but I now enjoy what he's trying to do. So yeah, that's it. I'm going to go 10 through 1. I'll put the list on the screen when I'm done. And I do have a playlist on Spotify of these songs in the order from 1 to 10. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. All right, number 10 is Casanova off Country Life. Kind of like, I think the closest thing they have to like a straight grooving, stomping rocker. Like there's a lot of arty elements in this, per Roxy music, sort of just like, let's take little bits and pieces of every genre we possibly can and repackage them into something that is uniquely Roxy music. But this kind of reminds me of Deep Purple. And like you just put a straight rock band playing this, maybe some really juicy organ in there, and you let Gilliam sing this. Like, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of a Deep Purple track. And it kind of comes towards the back of Country Life, the second half of it. And I just think it's a really effective song on the album. And I think it's just a really, really cool kind of groove, kind of song. Just really, I don't know, I really enjoy it. Number 10, Casanova. Number 9, Ain't That So off Manifesto. Starts off with just this wah, like muted wah guitar, and then like the drums come in, and then we establish this really nice kind of slow groove. I love the Ain't That So. It's got a really nice kind of, I guess it's a chorus or this repetitive Ain't That So that's kind of low key, but at the same time there's a lot of like bubbling kind of energy that's kind of just threatening to break loose but never really does. Some really nice like late era Doobie Brothers sounding keyboards, just that really soft, just kind of cushiony, kind of electric piano type Doobie Brothers sound. Yeah, it's just a really, really neat kind of a Manifesto. Has a lot of really cool, slow, kind of tasty grooves on it. And this is one of those that's just kind of like, ain't that so? Just want to like, I don't know, late night. You're not done hanging out and partying, but you're kind of done hanging out and partying, but you don't want to go anywhere. So you're just kind of chilling out. And I think Ain't That So is kind of the perfect soundtrack for that kind of thing. Number 8 is one of those that I've learned to love a lot more as I just accept that Brian Ferry is going to do what Brian Ferry wants to do as a vocalist. And that is Amazona off of Stranded. Weird Brian Ferry delivery. I mean, this is him just trying to be even weirder than he normally is. There's a slight, almost Buddy Holly kind of percussion vibe, kind of groove that's just kind of right there, just right under the surface that they're leaning into. But it's just a great song, but it's also a little bit weird, a little bit odd. Brian Ferry's being Ferry. But I just like that little kind of slightly bouncy, almost 50s rock groove that's just right there, just right there. Little like not fade away action, but not quite, nowhere near that committed. But it's just, you hear it every once in a while, kind of seeping through. But just a really cool song, really cool vocal delivery by Ferry. Amazona. Number 7 off my favorite, well, give that away, my favorite Roxy music album, Do the Strand, the opening track off For Your Pleasure. Just immediately, we jump into the song. We got piano, we got sax, we got voice. It's a rocker. Everybody's bringing it. Just really good energy, just a really good shot of adrenaline to kick off what I think is their like darn near perfect album. Do the Strand, just really good. dun 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 dun, dun, just awesome throbbing groove, and just yeah, everything about that song is just fantastic. Number 6 is the opening track off Manifesto, Manifesto, which is another just a groove. Like they're opening up this album, but like kind of sounds like maybe what King Gizzard does for like half their albums. Got in the studio, we started jamming away, we just kept playing, then I took the best pieces, whoever the producer is, and hobbled it together to make a really, really, really good song. And if you look at the cover of Manifesto, like almost all their covers, I think all their covers up to this one either had 1 or 2 women on it. This one, there's still women like center, but there's also a whole bunch of people, and it just sounds like a party. Just looks like it's a party. Manifesto kind of like we're joining in the middle of this party. It's already been grooving. The high energy stuff has happened. We still got a lot of energy to sustain this party, but we're in the midst of it. So you're joining us kind of just mid party groove. This is the third of like 3 heavy on the groove songs that appear on this list. Ain't That So, which is also off Manifesto. This one, and then there's another track further on the list. It's just kind of a groove. But yeah, it's a great way to open what I think is maybe one of their more underappreciated, underrated albums, being that it's, I think it was number 6 towards the end after they took a little break, but they came back strong. I think the energy on Manifesto is fantastic. And this opening song just kind of lets you know, man, hey, if you're not here for a good time, if you're not here to just groove with us, go somewhere else. Number 5 off their debut album, If There Is Something. Nice country rock-ish type vibe for like the first half of the song. And then we switch gears and go to this really kind of proggy art rock ending that has this awesome, just really cool sort of haunting keyboard sound. And then Ferry's just kind of delivering these lyrics that just kind of like, it has one of those like rock proggy endings where the band's kind of jamming out on this groove, and the vocalist is just kind of like, just kind of going off and just has this like, just like this long runway in which to like sing or like spout lyrics or just to like rant or do whatever they want. And just the coupling of that really awesome, almost purposefully cheesy country opening that develops into this really awesome sounding prog song in which Eno takes over with the keys and just makes some absolutely fantastic noises. Great song. If There Is Something. Number 4, dun 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 dun. She Sells off Siren. This piano-driven rocker with some of the greatest drums ever. The drums are like tight. When those drums first come in, song starts off with this like piano intro, like ba 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 da da da, and then the drums are like just hitting hard and tight, and then the rest of the song is just infectious and upbeat. There's a really nice tempo change like halfway through. I guess it's a more straightforward fairy lyric or vocal than others. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really hooky, really catchy, kind of an earworm. This and the other song off Siren, which is going to be on this list in a couple, I could listen to. In fact, I went through a phase where I listened to this like every day. Just so I woke up and this like got my blood pumping. It's just such a fantastic little earworm. Number 3, another opening song. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 opening tracks on this. They do a good job. Half their albums, all of their opening tracks are fantastic. Half of the opening tracks made this list. We got the opening track to their debut album, Remake Remodel. Nice, really another awesome piano intro that just drops into this really crazy, frantic rocker. Love Ferry's vocals on this. Talk. When he says talk like 6 times in a row, super catchy. I also think the end of the song is maybe like, I don't want to say mocking prog rock, but maybe like tipping their hat to prog rock in a weird sort of way, because you get this really frantic ending where the music like starts and stops, and during the stops, like each of the like musicians gets a chance to do like a brief solo. And I don't know why, maybe because of when it came out in the early 70s when prog was just, kind of at its creative peak. It's almost like, yeah, we also can all solo, but we can do it in like 6-second spurts. Just seems like with a band that had so much so much knowledge of so many genres that they were able to just like put in a blender and turn into something unique. It seems like a pointed to do what they do on this song on the opening track of their debut album. Seems almost like we're going to throw everything we know at you on the first song. And then if you're in, you're in. If you're not, maybe something else will hook you. But we're going to challenge you from the beginning. But we're also going to hook you from the beginning because it's a really catchy song. Yeah, absolutely love it. And I love Ferry's vocals on this. Number two, it's just, it's their most perfect, I think, studio / pop / radio friendly creation. But it's also really, really catchy and really, really hooky. And it's really fun. The drums are amazing. But it's Love is the Drug. The beginning of this is so cool. We got that car. I think it's a car starting with the drums coming in, and then almost reggae ska-ish with that sort of give and take type groove, but super catchy. It's just gets in your. It's another earworm. Great song, one that I will never get sick of listening to, and I love the beginning of this. The beginning has me hooked. But that's number two, and then number one. For Your Pleasure, Bogus Man. It's like 9+ minutes. This might be the longest studio track. I think it's longer than Manifesto. But yeah, this is also, it's just a groove. It's just a jam. They're out there. They're in this weird art rock, space funk groove place. Like a lot is happening. The groove is here and they're just layering vocals and different instruments and different sounds and different ideas all on top of it. But while the entire time the drums and the bass are just like laying this awesome, awesome groove underneath. It's like 9+ minutes. It could be 20+ minutes and I would be in for every single second of this. And it's just an absolutely fantastic song. In my playlist, it's the opening track. I'm not sure it's going to work as well as an opening track. I think on For Your Pleasure, it's the opening track on side B, or it's the middle of the album if you're listening to CD. And I think it occupies that space so incredibly perfectly. And it is really just the heart of that album. And you have a couple things after it, a whole bunch of genius stuff before it. But it's like in the middle, like, hey, we're just going to take some time and groove for a while. But yeah, Bogus Man, my favorite Roxy music song. But that's what they look like right there in the order 1 to 10. So yeah, that's all I got. Let me know your favorite songs. Let me know which ones I missed. There's a lot I left on this list. Things I used to love that I still love, but I have a more current infatuation with these, so that's why they made the top 10. But there's a lot of songs. They have a lot of really good songs, this band, for only having 8 albums. Like, really fantastic. But yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, comment. Do those things. Either go listen to Roxy music, or if you want to check out these songs, the link to the playlist will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Peace. Talk to you later.